Hey guys, so Lord here, back again with another action figure review, and today we'll be taking a look at the DC Multiverse Collector's Edition Mr. Terrific from the New 52, not to be confused with the tried and true classic Mr. Terrific that is a platinum chase, because McFarlane's going to McFarlane and make the one everyone wants, the chase variant. Kind of a bonehead move if you ask me, but it is what it is. That said, this of course brought to us by the fine folks over at McFarlane Toys, who are going to be fine folks for this video, despite the fact that this is not the version I would have preferred. It's the version I got. It's the version I'm going to be content with, because other than the face having a red T instead of a black one, I can't help but feel that this figure is pretty much going to be the same between both versions. I think the jacket's also different on the classic version, but don't quote me on that, because again, I don't have it handy to do a comparison to. But if I do wind up getting that one, maybe I'll do a comparison via short or something, if that's something you guys are interested in. Instead of a full-fledged review, maybe I can whip something quick up and throw that out for you guys. But at any rate, before we get too far ahead of ourselves, why don't we cut right to the chase and get into the meat and taters of this review and take a look, see at all Mr. Terrific has to offer in terms of accessories, starting off the collectible trading card. This is what it is. Bio on the back. He's a black dude with a T on his face that controls these little T-spheres, which he actually has a decent spread of accessories. Not gonna lie. He's got a hand with a T-sphere in it, which I think is kind of cool. That said, this hand does not plug in very well. I don't know why. I might hit it with a little bit of heat and see if that works, but it stays on, but it just kind of falls off. So it's very like 50-50 on the success rate of that. Then he's got this little clip-on T-sphere effect. I might actually display him with this if I can get that hand holding the T-sphere on, because this is a cool effect piece. And if you get both versions, you'll have two of these, so you can have them on both hands. And then he also has a T-sphere shield thing, I guess. A couple holes in it. I don't know what those are for, but he's got this clip-on shield type thing. At least that's what I assume it is. And it clips onto the wrist ball tight, but the rest of the arm not so much. You gotta be mindful of the jacket sleeves when you do that. I don't think it'll tear easy or anything, but, you know, just word of the wise. And then he does have a couple of face plates. He's got this kind of PO'd screaming one, and then this kind of, I'm guessing he's kind of smirking or something. I can't tell, but I like the default face he comes with the most. That's how I know him from Justice League Unlimited, of course. That said, his only other accessory is the almighty hockey puck display stand, where he's seen with all McFarlane Toys releases. Now, Mr. Terrific. He is terrific. I like this figure quite a bit. Again, I would have preferred the black, the black face instead of the red one, but it's fine. I did have this guy pre-ordered for the longest time on Big Bad Toy Store, just like the Masterverse Fisto and Flying Fist He-Man I looked at last month. But for whatever reason, stuff is just not processing in like a reasonable amount of time over there. So I just said to heck with it, and I picked this guy up at my local Walmart, which is weird because they keep getting like one collector edition at a time. They got Simon Baz like a week ago as the time I'm recording this. They have yet to get the grid around here at all. I even seen the Platinum Simon Baz, so I don't know what's going on with that. But Mr. Terrific here is a terrific addition to my Multiverse lineup. He'll go great with my Justice League. I'm not going to be OCD about looks and crap. I mean, worst case scenario, if I can get one of the face plates, which I never really showed how to swap one of those. I'll take that one off. And now you can see the gaping hole of a face he's got. And we can stick this one on. Just snaps right in. Nice and tight, but not too loose, but not too tight, not too loose, pretty solid. But yeah, it's pretty simple tech. I mean, it's not super complicated. Just pop it on, snaps right in. So I will say, I think his are probably a little looser than I'd like. The Simon Baz, I feel, had tighter faceplate, but maybe People are complaining that they were too tight and having trouble getting them off. I don't know. I feel like the Huntress might have been about this loose too. But at any rate, as far as his articulation goes, his head will rotate, look up and down a little bit, tilt side to side. I'm going to keep his jacket on for the articulation because it's not really in the way. It's very light, but it's not super thin. And not for nothing, I reviewed those $200 Mezco Ghost Riders without taking their coats off. So I think I can handle a $30 McFarlane figure. His arms will go up that far. He's got the beautiful butterfly. They go back down. They will rotate forward and back. He's got a bicep swivel. That works okay. Double elbow. I will say I took the jacket off to get the double elbow to work. I'm not going to crunch it all the way. But this is the Booster Gold Blue Beetle body. So you know what you're getting here. He does have ball hinge wrists that will hinge, rotate, and swivel. He's got the diaphragm joint that will crunch this far forward, this far back. It will tilt side to side and rotate up here. Not too loose, not too tight, just the way I like it. He does have a waist twist as well. That is on a ball peg, but it is pretty stiff, so be mindful of that. Hips will kick forward and back, out, back down. He's got really nice tight thigh cut. Really good thigh cut there. Double knee, that works fine. I will say the top joints are a little tighter than the bottom ones, but they do work. I always keep the knees crunched at least one notch, just so he can stand up. Because without that, he'd be a little tricky to stand. There you go. And then his feet are all ball hinges that will rotate, hinge, and pivot. Then he's got the toe joint, which is not too bad on either side. So, very nice figure. I like the soft goods coat. I prefer plastic coats, so long as they're not like dusters or like a trench coat or something, because that's when the coat really hinders the articulation. When it's made out of plastic, it's like a traffic cone almost. Sorry, I'm just fiddling with that sleeve there, trying to get that to go back like that so I can put the arm down some more. There we go, without having a big wrinkle there. But I like the soft goods coat. I think it's fine. Is it Mezco level soft goods? No, but it's a $30 figure, so what do you expect? Still kind of surprised the Question did not get a soft goods coat. Although if you got the Captain Boomerang, you could probably give him that one. But speaking of Platinum Editions, can't find that gosh darn Question. I really want him, but I just can't find it. And I don't really have the most reliable GameStop nowadays, so I can't check there for this stuff either. But at any rate, that is Mr. Terrific in a nutshell. He is, as they say, terrific. And I guess building up some hype because he's going to be in that new Superman movie, which, I don't know. DC movies nowadays, to me, are just kind of meh. If anything, I wanted that Batman Beyond movie that was going to be like Into the Spider-Verse that Warner Bros. Can. Yeah, stupid idea, guys. Real stupid. So, with that being said, it's time now that we move right along and take a look at some size comparisons. First up, here is good old Mr. Terrific, alongside the previous two Collector's Edition figures we took a look-see at here on the channel. We have Green Lantern Simon Baz rocking his lantern and drill effect. And yes, I did actually manage to get the fist on Hal Jordan, just had to heat it up a bit. It was a tight fit, so, you know, word to the wise, do it at your own risk, all that good stuff, but it does fit. That said, we also have the Target exclusive Geo-Force, and if I'm not mistaken, Geo-Force and Mr. Terrific are actually from the same Collector Edition wave, quote-unquote. It's Simon Baz, who's from the wave before with the grid and lightning light. I think that's how they were supposed to roll out. Not exactly in my area, as I mentioned earlier. I can't seem to find grid or the Chris Reeve Superman. I mean, I kind of understand why I can't find the Superman, but I figured I'd at least find the grid because, I don't know, Spawn stuff is either hit or miss, and grid's pretty Spawn looking. So I figured if anyone was going to find that dude, it would have been me, but it is what it is. I'm glad to have what I got and bring you guys the videos that I can. So getting these two out of the way, particularly grateful that I got the platinum of this dude, because that's the suit I recognize. Although, maybe the other one was closer to Young Justice, I don't know. But bringing in our two regulars, we got the Mythic Legion's Brother Mandibular, right there. And the infamous Kurt with Spawn, who I want to say is about, he's a little taller, but not too much taller. So with that being said, it is time now that we wrap things up with some final thoughts. Overall, and while he may not look as I remember him from the Justice League Unlimited animated series, because McFarlane's gonna McFarlane and make the version everyone wants of a character a platinum chase. Real bonehead move there, if you ask me. I have to say that good old Mr. Terrific, New 52 or otherwise here, is a fine addition to my DC Multiverse collection and to my Justice League setup nevertheless. I really like this figure. I think they did a good job on him. I even like the soft goods jacket. I figured maybe if we got a Mr. Terrific in this line, he'd reuse the Grifter jacket, but in this case, he gets a soft goods one, and he's on the body that everyone pretty much unanimously likes. I don't know a lot of people who dislike this body. This is, of course, the Booster Gold Blue Beetle body we saw in Simon Baz the other day, and it's a good body for what it's worth. So, yeah, a really solid figure. So that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this review, and until next time, catch you guys later.